Hello, Rhonda here with an easy yoga flow practice appropriate for beginners. This workout can be done first thing in the morning or as a pick-me-up mid-afternoon. We're going to start on our backs. All you'll need is your mat. Let's get started. Go ahead and lay down on your mats with your palms facing up. Bring your shoulders away from your ears. Focus on your breathing. Breathing in and out through the nose. Breaths of equal length. On your next breath, you're going to flex the right knee, bringing that right knee towards the right armpit, interlacing your grip on top of that shin. And now you're going to bring that foot up towards the sky. Going to grab onto the outside of that foot with your right hand and just rock from side to side in half a happy baby. Now go ahead and release the foot. With your left hand, you're going to grab onto the outside of that thigh and then cross the body in a lying twist. Hold for a couple breaths here. Bring the leg back to center, extend that right leg. Now bringing the left knee in towards the left armpit, interlacing your grip on top of that shin, pressing down. And now go ahead and bring the sole of the foot up towards the sky. The left hand goes onto the outside of the foot and just rock from side to side in half a happy baby. Bring it back to center. Now you're going to take that right hand, bring it on the outside of that thigh, cross the midline of the body into your lying twist. And on your next breath, bring it back to center. Now you're going to bring both knees to the chest and just make circles with your knees in one direction. And reverse the direction, massaging that lower spine. Bring both soles of the feet up towards the sky. Now coming into that full happy baby, grabbing onto the outsides of the feet and just rock from side to side. Bring it back to center, and now you're going to hug both knees into the chest. Let's take 3 deep breaths here. And extend your legs. Reach your arms overhead. Give yourself a nice spine stretch here. Give me 3 deep breaths. And go ahead and relax those arms down by your side. Bring both feet flat onto the mat. Now coming into a bridge, you're going to take an inhale to lift those hips up towards the sky. And then exhale to slowly land. Again, lifting the hips up and then lowering. We're going to add the arms. As the hips come down, we bring the arms up and overhead. And then as the hips come up, we bring the arms down by our side. It's one breath, one movement, moving in a nice fluid motion. Two more. All right, let's go ahead and place our hands behind our head at the base of our skull, elbows wide, a little space between the chin and chest. Take an inhale, exhale to come into a nice easy sit-up. Elbows stay wide in your peripheral vision. Waking up your abs, your core. Take a little pause, bring your legs in tabletop position, and then continue with those sit-ups. Nice and easy. Two more. All right, let's go ahead and bring the knees to the chest. Bring them over to one side. We're going to make our way onto all fours. Aligning our wrists with elbow and shoulder, knees directly underneath the hips. Moving into a cat-cow flow here. Inhale, exhale to flex the spine, drawing the navel in into cat pose, and then inhaling into extension cow. Again, it's one breath, one movement. Two more rounds. Let's bring the spine back to neutral. We're going to reach our right arm forward and our left leg back, squaring off those hips. Moving into spinal balance. Inhale, exhale, and switch. Now reaching the left arm and the right leg, trying to keep the hips even as you move from one side to the other. One more on each side. All right, now you're going to reach the right arm and the left leg. Take an inhale and then exhale to draw the right elbow towards the left knee and then extend. Staying on this side only. Inhale to reach, exhale to draw it in. 3 more. And let's go ahead and switch, stretching the left arm long, the right leg back. Inhale, exhale, elbow comes towards the knee. And then extend. Three more. Nice. All right, we're going to come into our first child's pose here. Take an inhale. Exhale to shift those hips towards your heels as you reach those fingertips forward in extended child's pose. From here, we're going to walk our hands towards the right side of our mats, placing our left hand on top of right and shifting your hips slightly over to the left. Let's breathe into that left lung. 3 deep breaths here. Recenter those hips. Walk your hands through the center over to the left side of your mat. Now placing your right hand on top of left and shifting your hips slightly over to the right. 3 deep breaths. Let's recenter our hips. Walk our hands back towards the center. Now moving in a flow to a modified plank position. You're going to take an inhale to bring the hips away from the heels and then shifting forward into that modified plank. The wrists are in line with elbow and shoulder. And then you're going to shift the hips back. Inhale forward. Exhale to shift back. Just Just moving in that nice, easy flow. One more, and then we're gonna hold that modified plank position. We're gonna take a bend in the elbow, slowly descending until the front of our bodies are on our mats. Let's go ahead and align our fingertips with our shoulders. Engage the glutes and your abs. You're gonna take an inhale to come up into baby cobra. Hold for a couple breaths here. And then slowly lower. Now you're going to walk your hands slightly forward so that your forearms are anchored onto your mat. Moving to a Sphinx pose. Inhale to lift. And then we're going to look over to the right, center, left, center, right, center, left, center. And then slowly lower. Let's go ahead and shift those hands back towards our shoulders, aligning the fingertips with the shoulders. Take an inhale, exhale, shift the hips back. Inhale back to modified plank. Lead with the chest to shift forward through the crown of the head. Inhaling into baby cobra. Exhale, child's pose. Inhale to modified plank. Leading with the chest, shifting forward through the crown of the head. Inhaling into cobra. Exhale, child's pose. One last time here. Modified plank. Slowly lowering. And then inhaling into a full cobra. Take an inhale. And then exhale back into child's pose. And then from here, we're going to make our way into our first downward facing dog. So lifting those hips away from the heels, rolling the toes under, hover those knees off your mat. Take an inhale, and then exhale, downward facing dog. Go ahead and pedal those heels right and left, right and left. Warming up the backs of the calves. Pressing firmly through the palms of the hands and the pads of the fingers. Now go ahead and press both heels towards your mat. See if you can lift your hips up even higher. Getting nice lengthen through the spine. Take 2 more breaths here. On your next inhale, reach that right leg high to the sky in a 3-legged dog. And then we're going to slowly draw that right knee towards the nose. And then we're going to settle that right foot in between your hands at the tops of your mats. Let's go ahead and bring the left knee onto the mat, the top of the foot onto the mat. Bring your hands onto your thighs. Take an inhale here. Reach both arms up towards the sky. And then go ahead and come into a light back bend here. And then on your next inhale, you're going to place your hands back onto your thighs. Your right hand or your left hand is going to come parallel to that left foot. You're going to look over that right shoulder. The right hand comes onto the hip. If you want to come into a deeper twist, reach the right fingertips up towards the sky. Two more breaths here. And let's go ahead and bring that right hand to frame that right foot onto your mat, coming back onto your fingertips. And then you're going to roll the toes under. Bring the palms of the hands back onto the mat, lift up on that knee. And then you're going to send that right foot to meet the left foot in downward facing dog. Let's take a couple of breaths here.
And then on your next inhale, reach that left leg high to the sky. You're going to draw that left knee towards the nose, and you're going to bring that left foot in between your hands at the tops of your mat. You're going to rest your right knee onto your mat, bringing the top of the foot flat onto the mat. And then you're going to slowly come back up into that light back bend here. Low lunge. On your next breath, bring your hands onto the thigh. You're going to take that right hand, bring it parallel to the left foot, moving into that twist. Left hand comes up on the hip, or maybe even reaching the left hand up towards the sky. 2 more breaths here. Let's go ahead and bring that left hand back onto the mat. Palms come back onto the floor. Roll the toes under that right foot. Lift up on that knee. And then we're going to send that left foot back into downward facing dog. And then from here, moving into a plank flow, take an inhale into plank, and then exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale to plank, exhale, down dog. Moving at your own pace. From down dog, we're going to bend the knees, look in between your hands at the tops of your mat. And you're going to walk your feet in between your hands in that forward fold. Take a couple of breaths here. And then inhale to sweep both arms up, palms together, hands to heart. Now moving in a chair flow, inhale to sweep both arms up. And then exhale down into chair. Inhale to reach, lengthen. Exhale to chair. 3 more times like this. Last time here, and then you'll hold it. Let's take 3 deep breaths here. Inhale to sweep both arms up. Now swan diving into a forward fold. Let's move into a flow here. Inhale, reach, lengthen. Exhale, swan dive, forward fold. 3 more times. Last time here. Inhale to sweep both arms up, palms together, hands to heart. From here, we're going to take a big step widthwise of our mats with our toes slightly externally rotated. Now moving into a flow here, into a moon pose. You're going to flex up the knees and then inhale to open, exhale into a squat. Moving in that flow. Reaching those arms up towards the sky. Filling those lungs. Last 2. And let's go ahead and bring those toes slightly forward. Now moving into sun pose, making a circle with those arms. Take an inhale, exhale, hinging at the hips. Just moving in that flow. Two more. And now let's alternate. From moon pose to sun. Two more rounds. Bring the hands back to heart center. Take a step at the center of your mat. Now inhale to reach both arms up. Exhale, sweep down. Flex the spine. And let's reach that right knee up, pausing at the top to work on that balance. And then switch, flexing the spine and then lifting the left knee, alternating from right to left. Just moving in that flow. One more on each side. Palms together, hands to heart. Taking a little break here in mountain pose. Now let's go ahead and bring that right arm up towards the sky. With that left hand, grab onto the wrist. Lengthen, take an inhale, exhale, up and over. With each inhale and exhale, coming up and over a little bit further. And then inhale, back to center. Release that right arm. And now reaching that left arm up towards the sky with the right hand grabbing onto the wrist. Lengthen, inhale, and then exhale up and over. Couple more breaths here. And then inhale back to center. And now moving into extension. So go ahead and place your hands at the small of your back. Open up through the chest and the shoulders, shifting the hips slightly forward, dropping the head back. This is the more gentler version. If you want to come into a deeper back bend, you can also interlace your grip, pointer finger up towards the sky, and then draw a line with your fingertips towards the back wall, lining your biceps with your ears. Let's take 3 more breaths here. Inhale back to center. Release those arms back down by your side. We're going to finish off with some nice, easy sun salutations here. So let's go ahead and inhale to sweep both arms up. Exhale down into chair. Inhale, reach, lengthen. Exhale, swan dive, forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Hands are at the shins, the gaze is forward. Exhale, deepen your fold. Inhale that right foot back, the left foot meets it in downward facing dog. Inhale to plank. Bring the knees to the floor. Slowly bend at the elbows. Inhale into cobra. Exhale, roll the toes under downward facing dog. Bend the knees deeply, looking in between your hands at the tops of your mats. Walk your feet towards your hands in that forward fold. Inhale to sweep both arms up. Exhale back down into chair. Inhale to reach, lengthen. Exhale, swan dive, forward fold. Inhale, half lift, gazes forward. Exhale, deepen your fold. Inhale that left foot back. The right foot meets it in downward facing dog. Inhale to plank. This time we're going to come into our chaturanga, bending at the elbows, inhaling into upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Bending the knees deeply, slowly walking your feet in between your hands at the tops of your mat into that forward fold. Inhale to sweep both arms up, palms together, hands to heart. Have a wonderful day. Namaste.